The most watched criminal case in the country, the trial of 24-year-old Casey Anthony, charged, as you know, with killing her toddler, the sweet 2-year-old Kaylee Marie. Recent leaks really paint a very grim picture for the defense of the young woman who is almost certainly guilty, it seems, of killing her beloved child. But the high-powered defense team carries on, and attorneys Jose Baez and Kenney Baden join me from Orlando. Hi, everybody. Jose, I saw this. I know you resisted her being in court. I think they really were very unfair in insisting that she go to court when she waived her right to be there, and you did it with her. But in court, her demeanor seemed inappropriate. I saw her smiling, was smirking, and it really played badly with people in the audience.
Well, I really don't understand how that would be, and I think it's more of people just expressing their impressions of her. She smiled at her attorneys, both Linda and I, and what is she supposed to be? Unhappy to see us? We're the only people fighting in her corner, and I seriously doubt she's going to walk out, look at us, and have a mad emotion on her face. And I think for anyone to think otherwise is really, it's unrealistic, and it's really a ridiculous notion.
And yet, Linda, you are playing to a jury pool here, and the ridiculous notion, as Jose calls it, is generally held.
Well, you know, Geraldo, it would be ridiculous to say that she shouldn't smile at her attorneys. We want her to have emotion with us. We don't want her to look like she has no emotion at all, because the woman does have emotion. The big smile she flashed was for me, and I had just met her for the first time the day before, even though I had been communicating with her through Jose for about the 6-week period that I've been co-counsel on this case. That was the emotion that was coming out. And if we did anything, I don't think we can win anyway, or she can win anyway. If she didn't smile, they'd be saying something. If she does smile, the people are out to get her because she's hated, and therefore she is microanalyzed anyway to say it's bad.
Jose, because she is this deep unpopularity is the fact of life in your situation here with this client. Why bring a change of a motion for change of venue? Where are you going to go where they don't feel the same about her?
Well, Geraldo, you know, we're looking for a place where there's lesser chance of having a jury that's tainted by the coverage. Just quite frankly, here in Orlando, it is really bad. It's a situation where everyone, everywhere, in every corner of this town knows who Casey Anthony is, knows who I am, knows who Linda is, knows every fact of this case that the police have chosen to leak. Not necessarily every true fact and everything that is what really happened in this case. So what we're trying to do is find a location where less people have been exposed to this, and that's
like
really
where? Would Miami suit you?
Well, you know, I'm not going to get into the specific locations of where I would like to move it to, because quite frankly, the last thing I want to do is give any indications, and then before you know it, the media jumps over in that area and starts to populate that area with stories, and quite frankly, that's why we've chosen to keep that area confidential. And if it gets released, it certainly will not be by the defense.
Linda, Jose talks about
yes.
Prosecution leaks. What about your own access to evidence? Are you satisfied that discovery is proceeding as it properly should be?
Well, Geraldo, we get our information, our most recent information on discovery, we received by reading the People magazine that came out yesterday that talked about the duct tape, allegedly from a police source close to the investigation. And that's been the way it's been since I've been in the case, and probably since Jose's been in the case. So while we are getting discovery in compliance with the court rules, we're subject to receiving these leaks and then having to deal with them later. And then when we do get discovery, we find out, and yet we can't disclose it, that what's being leaked is tainted in the sense that it's tainted towards a police bed, not necessarily the truth.
Jose, this may be unfair because you only have a few seconds to answer, but you tried to get the prosecutor recused from the case. You failed. Haven't you just made him even more angry?
Well, you know, Geraldo, as trial lawyers, we have to lay a record. And if we feel that there's an issue to object to, that's certainly what we're going to do to prevent any future actions of happening. And we just have to lay our record throughout the case.
Thank you both. Jose Baez,
Thanks.
Kenney Baden, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Good
Geraldo.
luck.